Guys, another name for trading cryptocurrency is patience. Patience is the name of the game. Now, CM, it's very important that you realize that the price goes up and comes down. If you just wait long enough, the price is going to come down to a point that is suitable or preferable for you to enter. And if you wait long enough, the price is going to get above your entry point for you to take a profit, depending on whether you're longing or shorting. Okay, I'll give you an example now. This is GMT a couple of hours ago from like yesterday. Now, if you entered at this point here, this is 1.42, which is a very good point. They say buy the dip, right? And the price dipped at this point. This is the 5-minute time frame, by the way, which means that each candle represents 5 minutes, a 5-minute period. Okay, so after a dip, you decided to enter at this point, for example. Now, you can see that the price keeps going up, and using your indicators, you can decide when to get out. All right. Now, but you have to combine a number of things before you decide at what point to place your sell order. All right. Now, I advise that you place your sell order immediately after buying, but what should inform that decision? Now, look at it here. You have to go to a larger time frame. They say when in doubt, do what? Zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. Okay. So let's go to the 1 hour time frame here. And at the 1 hour time frame, looking at it, we can tell that there's a pattern that formed. All right. So there's a descending pattern that's lower highs going on right here. And then it broke that pattern at this point here. So if you had entered at, say, this 1.42 area here, now you would target the previous swing highs. That is these points here to place your sell orders, because prices are not likely to exceed the previous swing highs when you are in a trade, okay, that were reached by traders, because everybody is most traders are going to be placing that as a resistance. They're going to view it as a resistance. What is a resistance? A resistance is a point where price gets to and is stopped or hit back down. And then support is a point where price gets to and bounces off. Okay, so this is a support here, this is a support here, and this is a resistance, resistance. Okay, now, so you target the previous resistance. All right, and then you place your sell order immediately. Now, patience is the name of the game. So let's go back to the 5-minute time frame here. So looking at that 5-minute time frame, so we have that 142. So assuming we got in at 147, let's say 147 here. No, let's go to 142. Yeah, 142. So we are going to target the previous swing high. So if that was 175 or 173, we would then reduce it by a couple of figures so that we are safely within the sell execution, so that our trades are executed. Because if you place it too high or at the exact figure of 1.73 or 1.75, which are the previous swing highs, you may not have your orders filled because it may not get to that point. So just nudge it down a bit. 1.7 or 1.69 will be fine, and then you sell. But if you get out too early, then you may miss out on this. And if you decide after selling, let's say you eventually sell at 1.7, you're now waiting for a point to get back into the trade. If you say to yourself, hey, I think this price is going to keep going up as it kept going up from this point or along this channel, let me just buy at, say, 1.62. You're going to be making a mistake, because look at what happened. Okay, look at what happened. Now, how do you know something like this can happen? One of the ways you can tell is by looking at the top here and the RSI. What did the RSI say? 92. RSI 5 showed you 92 at that point, which is a very high RSI. It's so overbought. So what is going to follow is certainly, most definitely, a dip. Okay, but that's not the only indicator you're going to watch. You're also going to watch the volume. What has happened to the volume? There's a lot of buy pressure here. So the volume bar, you look at the volume bar, it towered up to 1.585 million. Okay, now after that, what happens? Usually when there's massive buying pressure, it's followed by a dump. People will sell after there has been a massive input or a massive injection of funds into the market. So you take that as a profit. As long as you're in profit, be patient. The price is going to come down, and it's going to come down to a good, decent price point that you can now enter again at and continue your trade. And now the logical thing to do when you even think about it yourself is, since I entered at 1.42 or around that point, maybe I should wait for it to get back to 1.42. And if you think it's not going to get back to 1.42, take a look at your previous resistances. When in doubt, zoom out. So look at all the your supports. Look at all the supports that have been popping up in the past. What has it been looking like? What has it been looking like from previous trades? And then you can tell yourself, where do I need to enter? How do I need to enter? And where do I need to exit the trade? Okay, so just know that patience is the name of the game, and you need a lot of patience as you're trading crypto. Don't rush into things. Take your time and make sure you watch your indicators, watch the order book also, what is going on, what are traders doing. Are more traders buying, are more traders selling? Now look at the trading data here also. Within the last 15 minutes, how has it been? You can see there's more buys within the last 15 minutes. Within the last hour, well, how has it been? A little bit more selling pressure than buying pressure. So you have to consider all these things before you invest or before you trade with your money, and that's the way to go about it. So remember, patience is the name of the game.